Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Call my mother.
All right, guys. Before the Hedges, we have two stellar gentlemen, scholars. They're going to do great things enhancing the offensive line position. Whatever gray hairs that Matt Luke was going to acquire over the next 3 to 4 years, they're going to be reduced 50% because I got Micah Morris, the Georgia signee. How do you like that, Micah? Not commitment. Georgia signee, Micah Morris, in
Yes,
in the
sir.
house, and we got Georgia signee. I'm going to keep saying it until I'm blue in the face. Jared, feet like pillows, Wilson, out of West Forsyth High School in North Kakalaka. How you doing, Jared?
I'm good. How about you?
Well, I want to ask you something very simple. They probably kicked me out of reporter school because this is such an easy question. But how does it feel, each of you, to be a Georgia Bulldog?
Still, still feel like a dream, and it's been a full day of it, and I still can't believe it.
It's like everything I worked for finally came true, man. All the hard work paid off.
Now, Jared, you're going to get used to this with Micah because Micah is an achiever, quite like yourself. He's going to be a man after your own heart. Micah showed me his transcript from his fall semester. And Micah, was that your fall GPA or your final high school GPA?
That was the one from this semester, so I think it's fall.
It's fall. So, you used to say 5.0 was the type of engine you wanted in a really nice Mustang. Well, a 5.0 is the grade point average that Micah Morris out of Camden County High School just fired off the bench for his final semester of high school. 5.02. Micah, how in the world are you getting a 5.02? Are you taking like quantum nuclear submarine physics over there in Camden County at the Naval Yard? What are you doing, man?
Yeah, basically, I've been taking dual aerobic classes and AP classes, so it's been boosting my GPA, and I've been able to keep straight A's in them. So it's just everything's just been able to be boosted pretty high because of my A's and then the AP classes that I've been taking in college classes.
How many credits, Mike, are you going to come into school with?
It's going to be, I think, a few shy of my associates. So by the time I get done with this spring, since I'm coming in early, whenever my academic year actually starts, I'll have my associates.
Goodness. So Micah will be a doctor by the time he gets through with his 4 years of school at Georgia. That's why he's ripping through everything. Micah, what did you finish your final high school GPA with? What is your final number there?
I don't know. Before this semester, before they added the 5, it was a 4.3 as my core. So I don't know what it's going to be now because they got to put 2 more A's on that. So it'll probably be a 4.4, hopefully.
So Jared, I'm just trying to balance out the love. If anybody doesn't know, Jared got a shout out from the head football coach Kirby Smart today in his signee wrap up press conference. He was talking about his family, his big hands, his massive frame, the way he moves. So Jared, I'm going to get you a little bit more about Micah. I think Micah leaves Camden County High School with a 4.3 core GPA. And where's that bench press at right now, Micah? 450, 460? I know you probably didn't max during the season, but where's it at right now?
Oh, it's still in the 440s.
Just in the 440s, right?
Yeah.
Jared, so there you go, man. That's a future teammate right there, man. He's climbing all kinds of mountains. Let me ask you this. Another, layup 3-foot putt question, I guess. What's the best part of signing day to each of you? Is that your grandma hugging your neck? Is that somebody making you a big cookie? Is that every pretty girl in your high school wanting a picture? What's the best part of signing day let's start with Jared Wilson first and then with Micah Morris.
Probably having the people there at your little signing ceremony that have been there from day one, and just having them in all one big circle, just all supporting you. It's a feeling that you won't get anywhere else. I promise you. Family will always be there for you no matter what.
For me, it's seeing that smile on my parents' faces, knowing that everything they did to put me in a position to be great, I was able to achieve it and take it to the next level. And now that they don't have to worry about paying for college and I'm still living out my dream, that's the biggest thing for me.
Guys, you want to see something funny? Scissors Sorey was the I guess the big guy in the class that everybody was waiting on today. So I'm in his high school. He goes to IMG for his senior year, but it's a small 1A school in Florida where he spent his freshman, sophomore, junior year. So when this fella commits to Georgia and he puts a G lid on, they shoot off these confetti cannons all over the gym. And like, look at this, watch this. See this? This is our special effects here on Before the Hedges. Look at that. I've got all this confetti like in my laptop bag, everywhere, man. It's crazy. What did you guys think about that guy? Was that the guy that you were really hoping would come in and finish the class? Was that when you were watching everything? Was that a guy that really caught your eye that you were glad he's a dog?
Yes. I was actually talking to my mom about 5-10 minutes before he committed. I was like, Mom, I'm just praying. I'm praying that we get him. And then once he put that hat on, I was just like, it was a great feeling.
Yes, sir. He was definitely a big time player that we needed, especially so we can go out there and stay in close for that top recruiting class like we want. But even besides that, he's just a great baller, and that's what we really want at the end of the day is ballers, and he's definitely that.
So I'm actually in the Graceville, Florida area tonight, fellas. That's where I was today, checking out, Scissors Sorey. Do you know the story about Scissors Sorey? Have you heard this story? So Xavier went up to Georgia pre-pandemic, and he was. I don't know how it came about, but it came about that he gives a lot of haircuts. Like he gives haircuts all around his town in the gym, for his basketball team, for his relatives, for his dad. And Schumann was like, all right, man, let's lower my ears. So he gives Schumann a haircut right there on the West End Zone Plaza, overlooking Sanford Stadium. That's where all that barber stuff comes from. And it turned out pretty good. So like, here's another crazy reporter question. Are you going to let Xavier and Scissors Sorey cut your hair? Would you let him cut your hair? Now, Jared, it looks like you got some precious Samson-like locks there, man. What would you let Scissors cut your hair?
Yes, I would. I trust him. It's a future teammate. I gotta trust him. I gotta trust him on the field, so I gotta trust him off the field too. I let him give me a lineup.
Yeah, just like Jared said, we family now, so I believe in him. I got faith in him. He'll do good.
So Sorey told me this story today earlier, and I want to get to this because it means a lot to you. I said somehow it came about. The guy's already a barber. You know that video of the barbershop with Kirby and Schumann and Lanning? That was him. So, and he said that mattered too, because he's like, oh my gosh, that's for me. And they were kind of mad because they're like, oh, come on, they're giving it away. But anyway, he has another hidden talent, and his other hidden talent is auto repair. He took apart the engine in his Honda Accord, and then he put it all back together. He learned how to do this on Google and YouTube, kind of like how he learned how to cut his hair. So for each of you fine gentlemen here, what is your hidden talent? Micah, besides bench pressing small states and farm equipment, and besides rocking out 4.3 GPAs and putting a hurting on 100 hot wings, what is your hidden talent?
Video games. I mean, Madden Ultimate Team. That's pretty much where I live at right there. I mean, I just know so many playbooks. That's really all I do in my free time is play video games and read mystery books. That's it.
Mystery books, huh? Really?
Yes, sir.
What kind?
With a 39 Clue series, I started back that my 5th grade of elementary, and then ever since then I've been reading every book of that series. I think I only have like maybe 2 more, unless they drop some more soon. Hopefully they do, because that's pretty much what I grew up on as far as reading mystery books.
Now hold up, Micah. Hold up. Now my son, he's 12, and he's a Madden player. Him and his old friends are on the block. And they get there, and they got all their before you play a game, they get all their audibles set up, and it takes them like 2 minutes to get their audibles set up if it's not on their system. And then they're the guy that's like, he goes, all right, I'm going to motion this guy. I'm going to motion this guy. And you're going to get the computer players going every which way. And those are like their money plays. Like, he'll flip the formation, he'll stack, and then he'll send that guy in motion, and the safety go in there, and then you cross back that way, and there's your guy. I mean, come on, man. This is not Todd Monken's offense right here. You know what I'm talking about? Do you play Madden like that, Micah Morris?
Yeah, my favorite play is, okay, so you do a little halfback toss to the left, right? But you got to start the receiver all the way out wide, bring him in, and before he stops, you hike the ball so the cornerback is still running inside and there's nobody to contain. It's at least 15 yards every play.
Whoa. Jared, I'm stunned by this, man. He's got some offensive coordinator vibes right there, man. What do you got a hidden talent, man? What's your hidden talent besides making your line coach and your head football coach smile all day long?
Madden,
huh?
Right. Madden.
So you've never linked up gamer tag Micah Morris with gamer tag Jared Wilson yet?
No, we got to now.
So if you guys were playing a game right now, who would you pick and who would you play with?
Me personally, I'm a Steelers fan, but I'm not gonna go with the Steelers. So I'm probably gonna go with I'll say the Packers. I'll go with the Packers offense. I like the gambler because I can't get picked off by the AI. So
I'm a Cowboys fan, but that's not I can't do that. I usually play with the Bucs though, the Buccaneers.
Okay.
Wow. Somebody said you can automatically figure something out about a dude by the type of Madden team he picks. It's almost like, oh, my favorite song is this, my movie's this. Oh, you're like, because you said, oh, you're a Bucs guy. Then you're like, oh, I know what he's gonna do with the Bucs. He's gonna Brady me, he's gonna Mike Evans me, he's gonna get that stuff going on. Antonio Brown on the roster update, he's gonna have all that stuff. Goals for Georgia. What's your biggest dream? Like, when you got to go that extra rep for Coach Sinclair in the weight room and you need that motivation to just bang something out, what's your biggest dream for what you want to accomplish at the University of Georgia?
Go ahead, Micah.
I just want to leave my mark on that university, and I want to be part of the program that brings the national championship back to the University of Georgia. And I know it's not going to happen by, like you said, not being able to get that extra rep, not being able to get that extra sprint, not being able to get that extra 5 yards on that block. So I just got to have that in the back of my mind at all times that if I want to be legendary, I got to do what legends do.
Same thing as what he's saying. I want to make sure I leave my mark. I want to be talked about when I leave the University of Georgia. I want to be talked about a lot. I don't want to be seen as, oh, he was good, or he did the bare minimum. I want to be talked about, oh, he gave it 110% every rep, every play, every press, every 5 yards, every sprint, anything in the classroom. He gave it all he had.
All right, Dog Nation. I didn't program them. I didn't give them any lines. These two guys are just like that. They're like that. I mean, they're a reporter's dream. I keep telling these guys, I don't know quarterbacks with interview and communication skills like these guys. They're pleasant. They're engaging. They're funny. I want to know this, guys. Who's that guy that you've seen their huddles, you've seen their highlights, you know their rankings? Who's that guy that you're going to get to Georgia? Maybe it's in this class. Maybe it's a guy that's already at Georgia. Who's that guy that you're going to be like, man, I can't wait to see what my teammates got? Is there a guy that you're like, man, I want to know if everything I'm hearing and I'm seeing is for real? Jared, you're already nodding your head, man. Who's that guy for you?
Tyron, D tackle.
Who's that?
Tyron.
Oh, yeah. Tyrion Ingram Dawkins, right? That guy. Well, that's going to be some head. This might be Tyron. That's the guy you want to go head to head with, right?
Yes.
Would you guys have gotten some Shrine Bowl action, North Carolina, South Carolina, if that would have happened?
I think so. I'm pretty sure. It would have been fun. It would have been fun.
Michael, what about you?
For me, really the main thing, I want to be able to learn from Warren McClendon because he's from Brunswick, which is like 30 minutes. I played Warren his junior and senior year, so he was somebody I looked up to as far as offensive line, and I can't wait to go up there and learn from him.
So, guys, we're just talking and we're having fun, but there's been like a ton of people watching us the whole time. So a couple of people says, Ryan Playas says, hey, guys, really happy to welcome y'all to Dog Nation. Congrats on signing your LOI. Guys, is that nervous? Are you sitting there going like your best handwriting of all time? Or is it just like your 11th grade chemistry paper and you're just signing that thing? Or are you putting that John Hancock and, that big script on that thing? What was your signature style like as you signed your signing papers today?
I went real slow with it. I'm not gonna lie. I made sure it's perfect. Made sure it was perfect.
Me, I just took a deep breath, smiled, and chemistry paper, no joke.
Chemistry paper. There you go. G Bama boy. Look at this. We got some friendly fire SEC West people on the YouTube feed right now. And G Bama boy, guess what he said? I like the attitudes of these young studs. That might just be rat poison from somebody over there in Alabama. They try to get you feeling like you're an All-American and before you play the game. But it's funny. P. Rich says this Micah Morris kid is going to be solid in the trenches. Sounds like he has a great mindset. Jamie Bailey says, nice, Micah. We got people commenting about NCAA and we got people commenting about the Madden game. Let's see, guys. Before I let you go, because we got a whole show, I could talk to you guys for forever. I wanted to ask you guys this because the 2021 class is different. And you know where I'm going by this. No visits, no barbecues, no slip and slides. Micah, you've been a Georgia target for forever. When they had the slip and slide and they had the cookout. And you're like, that's me one of these days. That's going to be me. And then it was like, nothing.
Yeah.
How do you feel about all that, man? Do you feel like you guys are survivors? Do you think like you guys had to make do without? Are you going to be looking at that 2022 class when they get everything they wanted again, when the vaccine lifts and everything else? What does it mean to each of you guys to come through this 2021 recruiting cycle?
Well, I mean,
I don't think.
Go ahead,
Jared.
I
don't think I would look back at 2022 and like be like, oh, I wish I had that. I'm gonna really appreciate the year that we had because it's different. There's nothing wrong with being different, and this class will forever stand out.
The same thing Jared said. You can't bet on something that you can't really control. We couldn't control any of this that happened, so we just gotta make do with what we got. And as far as me, like you said, I was there for the slides and everything last time. I remember we had the pie eating contest. I almost died. That was crazy. I still have some of the memories, but I mean, it would have been nice to have it for us. So our recruiting class. But like Jared said, we just gotta make do with what we got and just take advantage of the unique situation that we have.
Listen to this. Late Always Goated says Jared is a monster. Wyatt Fielden said, love these dudes. Congrats. Can't wait to put on the red and black. I'm excited for these guys to follow other great Georgia linemen. Can't wait to see these guys play. Listen to Terrence Ogletree right here. Terrence, I feel you, man. Terrence Ogletree says, these guys sound like coaches. LOL. These two seem relaxed and ready to work. Man, that's something. That's something right there. Let's see, guys. Hey, like I love talking to you guys. You guys are great. You represent your families. You represent your schools, your coaches. You represent the people that have poured into you guys so well. And now you guys are going to be Georgia Bulldogs. I think this fan base should be head over the heels doing cartwheels that two young men like yourselves are going to be joining this program. I got one more. Forgive me. I got one more. Who would you guys say you guys are both dripping with leadership qualities and good sense? Who would you say are the leaders of this class right now? Is that a guy when you guys got on the commit Zooms? David Daniel told me about this one as well. When you guys got on the commit Zooms over the summer, is there any guy that seems like, okay, that guy really gets things done? That's the guy that might feel like a future captain one day. Are there any guys on this class that you guys are really impressed with on and off the field?
Probably Brock Vandagriff and Lavoisier.
Those two guys, huh? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I say the same thing, just simply because of the energy they bring. Ever since I made my commitment, like public or whatever, Brock, he's been making group chats, trying to figure out what we're gonna do for the next steps. Whenever the recruiting class was just 4 or 5 people, he was one of the main ones that got it to 20, 21 where we're at right now. So definitely him. And then whenever Lavoisier came on, he just took it to a new level with the energy that he brought and the outreach that he had to all the top athletes in the country.
Man, listen to that, guys. Listen to that, guys, right there. Brock, Lavoisier, organizing things. Did you guys ever thought what it would be like if Georgia's quarterback commit was from, I don't know, Florida or Miami or Texas, and it wasn't Athens? How much of a difference do you think Brock made in this class when guys wanted to come in on those? Oh, listen to this, guys. I like this term. No contact visits, kind of like a no contact practice or self-guided visit. How much of a difference do you guys think Brock made in this class where he's right there? I mean, I remember him telling me stories about he's eating at Mama's Boy with like Chaz Chambliss and Brock Bowers from California. I know you guys have ate at Mama's Boy, but like, what kind of difference do you guys think Brock has made in the class this year?
I think he's made a huge difference and a huge impact, but because he's from the state of Georgia, he's a home kid, so he takes the state really seriously, and obviously the University of Georgia. So he just welcomed everybody with open arms. You know, you can tell he's a family guy, and he made a massive difference in this class.
Wow.
Yeah, it's the same thing Jared said. Brock's there, so anytime they're there, Brock's there. You know, it's not like they don't need a coach to tour him around or anything like that to show him the place. Brock's there, and like you were saying with Brock Bowers and Chaz, whenever they came, he did the same thing with Mims. I think they went fishing or something like that. He's just available, and that's the main thing. And this time with COVID going on, availability and Brock's that, and that's why he's one of the leaders for this class for our team.
I'm going to play a quick true or false game with you guys. It's a simple game. It's kind of like knowing the other commits in the class, okay? True or false, there was a guy that was committed to the Dogs under the old regime, and then there was a position coach change, and then he waited about a couple more months, and then he still committed to Georgia and let the world know. True or false, is there a guy like that in this class? What do you think, Jared? I'll let you answer first, man. Since you're leading us on the poll all the time.
True.
True. You know who that was? That was my man Micah Morris up there. All right. 1-0. Okay, this is another good one. And everybody that's on the feed, do not mess with us here. The other good one is this. There is a guy that you will play with that has worn the same shirt underneath his pads since he was 6 years old. His mama got it for him when he was 6, and it was about 3 sizes too big. But ever since, he's been wearing it. It's an Old Navy active number 3 shirt, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and the shirt just keeps getting smaller and smaller. It keeps cutting it up. Now, I'm adding a lot of details there. So Mike is like, that brain's working. He's going to be in law enforcement one day. He's like, let me see. True or false? Do you guys have a teammate that does that?
I'm going to say true.
What do you got, Jared?
I'm gonna say true. Yeah.
Correct answer. True. Kamari Lassiter, the defensive back out of Tuscaloosa. Now, Mr. Lassiter, all right, let's put some respect on his name. Somehow in COVID, he moved his rankings up from like number 380 overall in the 3-star to number 220 overall in the 4-star. Like nobody got their rankings boosted up during COVID because nobody evaluated. There were no openings. There were no Under Armour regionals, whatever. But Kamari Lassiter, the guy with the T-shirt that he's going to wear in college every game, he told me this great story. He's like, Ma, it's Thursday. I need my shirt. Where's my shirt? Because he plays it there every Friday night. All right, I got one more. True or false? This is about your coaching staff. Your coaching staff. True or false? There's a member of the Georgia coaching staff that has been on the staff at LSU, Alabama, the Miami Dolphins. True or false?
Yeah, Miami was throwing me right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the Miami was throwing me. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm gonna say false.
Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm saying false.
Mm-hmm. I'll say true. I'll just say true.
See, don't you love it, Micah? Micah does not miss any answers on the test. So that's why he's sitting there thinking this out. He's thinking this out. The correct answer, you guys are going to kill me. The correct answer is Kirby Smart. He was an assistant at Miami. He was an assistant at LSU, and obviously he reps the Georgia G right now. And you guys, give your interviewer a little bit of credit here. I just made up that whole game right off the top of my head, and appreciate you. I'm really going to let you guys go this time. This is like in the South when somebody's about to leave, and you're like, "Oh, one more thing. Oh, one more thing."
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Jared. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, Jared, absolute pleasure. I'm going to come watch you. We have so much fun. I'm going to come watch you one of your games in North Carolina. I'm going to meet your brothers. We're going to blow it out. I'm going to be like football practice in March where it's actually a real game in North Carolina. It's amazing. We'll be there, Jared. Micah, keep doing you, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you guys know numbers you're going to wear yet? You have a number in mind yet? Has that been picked out yet?
No, not for me.
Nah. Does the number matter? Does that matter at all? No?
No, we got to make the numbers.
Not really. Exactly.
What an answer right there from Micah Morris. Micah, come on now. Let's leave this Zoom with your great self, man. Another fantastic, clear the bases, touch them all answer from Micah Morris. Micah and Jared, we've loved having you. Thanks for joining us tonight on Before the Hedges.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Take it easy, fellas.
All right, bro.
All right, bro. See you.
All right.
All right, guys. Jared Wilson, Micah Morris. What else can we say? The future of your Georgia football line on 3rd and 1, 4th and 1. You guys got to be gleefully happy with two guys like that. Let me see. One of the things I want to do, guys, is I don't know if you guys were able to see it today, but it's on YouTube. We had a reporter on the scene for Xavier Sorey's announcement today. And I'll get a no chat answer if this doesn't work, but we've got a quick interview. You guys want to see what Xavier Sorey had to say? If we can roll that, if we have the ability to roll that, I want you guys to listen to what Xavier Sorey said today after he committed to the University of Georgia. This is the simplest question on signing day. Why?
I just felt at home with them. You know, I had a great relationship with all the coaches, and, you know, they've been recruiting me for a long time, and they stayed consistent.
What do you think was the biggest single reason why you chose Georgia?
Really because I felt, you know, they made me feel like I was already there. You know, they made me feel like family, and, you know I get there and just, you know, they done put a lot of linebackers in the league, so, you know.
How do they plan to use you? What was their plan?
Really, they're going to play me at inside and outside linebacker, so just let me move around and stuff and play, you know, they're going to put me where I play the best at.
How long has it been Georgia? Is it Georgia a while, right?
Nah, it's really been for about a couple of days, really. You know, I chose a couple of days ago, so.
Did it flip a little bit?
Nah, I mean, I really wasn't leaning towards nobody. You know, I was 50-50 everybody, so, you know, a couple of days ago it switched.
So what was the lightning bolt? What was the reason why?
Really, you know, it was time, you know. I've been recruited since a freshman, and, you know, it was just time, you know. That's the school I felt most comfortable with.
Do you have the best relationships at Georgia? Is that why you chose Georgia?
Yeah, I got a great relationship with every coach, you know, so it ain't like just one coach recruiting me. The whole staff recruiting me, so, you know, it made me feel good, you know, to know the whole staff just know about me.
What does it mean to you now to be a Georgia Bulldog?
Oh, yeah, go Dogs. It's finna work now.
Why did you come back here? I thought that was cool. You came back to your roots. You came back to single-A ball. Why was that important to you?
Really, because this is where it all started at, you know. This is where I became me at, you know. So, Graceville High School. Thank y'all.
Why do you play football? What's your why?
Just, you know, I always loved the game of football. You know, I can feed my family playing it. So, you know, it's fun.
Did Lavassier know?
Man, my phone going crazy. I'm sure they know. I'm sure they know.
What are your goals for your career, Jake?
Really just to be the best player I can be and, you know, help other players become great.
I got to ask you, the barber.
Oh, yeah.
Now, you cut Schumann's hair on an early visit, right?
Yeah, I cut it my first visit. My first visit, well, it was my second, but it was my first visit with my whole family.
How did that happen?
Man, I just so happened to have my clippers, and, you know, he was like, you want to cut my hair? At first I was like, no. Then I was like, you know, I cut it, you know.
You travel with clippers?
Yeah, well, I don't travel with them, but I just so happened to have them that time, you know, so.
You gonna go give him another haircut soon?
Oh, yeah, he finna get cuts all the time now.
What did you think when you saw the video? That video was for you, man.
Yeah, I knew it was for me. I knew other people were gonna know it was for me. So my first thing, I was trying to throw people off, you know.
The secret out of the bag, right?
Yeah.
What did it mean to you? You know, they can't recruit you face to face, but they can do that. That's clever, right?
Yeah. It just showed me, you know, they did something extra. You know, no other school did nothing like that, you know, but Georgia did. So, you know, that's why I'm a Georgia Bulldog.
Who was second?
I really didn't have a second.
Was it close at all?
Yeah, it was close.
But it was close, but you couldn't figure out Alabama or Florida.
Yeah,
right?
nah, it was close.
Xavier, let me tell you, you're making a lot of Dog fans really happy right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because Nugget flipped to Jackson State and played with Dion.
Yep.
They lost Donovan Edwards.
Mm-hmm.
They lost Jimmy Horn.
Yeah.
I think people were about to jump off a bridge if you didn't choose Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
Did you get the feeling that you gained some momentum back for this class?
I mean, I really wasn't thinking about that. I really went to Georgia because, you know, I love everything about Georgia. You know, like I said, I got a great relationship with all the coaches, so it wasn't because somebody went to Georgia or somebody didn't go to Georgia that I'm going, you know. I'm going because I love it. I love Georgia.
When did you tell Schumann, Laney, Smart? What was their reaction?
I told Coach Smart about a week ago, and I told Coach Schumann probably a couple of days ago. He was crunk.
Who had the best reaction?
Definitely Coach Shu. He was just smiling, you know, he was just happy.
Tell me how hard was this? I know everybody dreams about this, and then they come to this path, and it gets hard. How hard was this for you?
I mean, it was hard, you know, like I say, I took it all the way down to the wire, and I didn't realize, I didn't know what school I wanted to go to till like a couple of days ago, so, you know, it was hard for me, and, you know, it's over now, though.
When are you going to report to Athens?
January 10th.
January 10th.
Yep, January 10th.
What kind of player do you hope to be for that university?
Really just go in and play hard, you know, be the best player I can be, and, you know, go win some championships.
You're going to have to cut hair every week or what?
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely going to be cutting, too.
Xavier Sorey, national linebacker, number 3 linebacker in the country. Heck of a basketball player. We know that to be true. Xavier Sorey, thanks for taking some time today.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, Dog Nation. Happy early signing day, everybody. I'm going to tell you, this is kind of like the first quarter of the Auburn game. First half, second half, the first and second quarter of the Auburn game. It's not going to get much better than that, than Jared Wilson and Micah Morris, two legit straight up, man. I don't know if it's possible for young men to get DGD status before they even put on the jersey, but man, those guys are certainly trying for it. As always, this is a Wednesday night. I'm joining you right now from Dothan, Alabama, right outside the Graceville, Florida metro area. I'm going to say that tongue in cheek. I went out to see Xavier Sorey today. You guys just saw Xavier Sorey right there. Folks, all of that stuff is brought to you by Kroger. Kroger is our title flagship sponsor for a lot of our recruiting coverage, our signing day central coverage. Guys, Kroger's free pickup lets you shop online and then choose a pickup time that's convenient for you, especially during the busy holiday season, especially when you're so busy watching not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 Before the Hedges special edition shows here on early signing day. Kroger, when you're that busy, will carefully pick your order and bring it out to your vehicle when you arrive. Speaking of Kroger, I don't know if you're like me, but I want to hear some Brandon Adams right now. Talking about all the great things at Kroger. Let's listen in on this week's early signing day message from Kroger.
We'll get back to the show in just a moment, but first, a quick word from Kroger. Kroger has made shopping for the groceries and household essential items that you need even easier by offering free pickup. Just shop online, choose a pickup time convenient for you, and Kroger will carefully pick out your order and bring it to your vehicle when you arrive. So the next time you're ready to shop at Kroger, take advantage of the free pickup. It's just another way that Kroger is fresh for everyone.
All right, guys, welcome back. I don't know about you. Please give me a like on this feed. Appreciation, salutation on the comment stream. But I don't know about you, but it feels good to just get 30 seconds of Brandon Adams on our air today, on our Dog Nation air today on early signing day. Quick shout out, buddy. We miss you. Can't wait to have you back. But keep the main thing, and enjoy this important family time right now. As stated earlier, what we're trying to do is we're trying to keep the pace going on this show to keep up with Micah and Jared Wilson, 1-2 punch right at the beginning. I want to take you to something that happened today. Prince Avenue Christian, they had their signing ceremony for Georgia for the 5-star quarterback. You got a chance to hear from Brock on the stage there at Prince Avenue Christian. His father gave a very emotional introduction to his signing ceremony as well. When number 12, guys, when he gets anything on his mind, anything responsible, anything that he's responsible for, it usually turns out great. Take a listen to Brock Vandagriff from his signing day ceremony today at Prince Avenue Christian.
I got a little thing I'd like to say. First off, I'd like to start by saying that all I've ever wanted to do was play college football and make my family proud. I'd like to start by thanking my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Without him, none of this would be possible. I would also like to thank my family. They have been here with me and supported me every step of the way. Thank you to my friends and coaches who have all been very influential in my life as well. It is crazy that I have been dreaming of playing college football since I was a ball boy at the sidelines at Woodward Academy. The move to Prince did not make sense to me at the time, but I could not be more pleased with how we were treated when we moved here and how great of an environment it is for me. Thank you, Prince Avenue, for everything that you have done to get me where I am today. As one chapter ends, another begins. I am more than excited to become an official Bulldog as of today. Thank you all for coming out, and go Dogs.
Okay, so Brock, let's make it official and go ahead and get your signature and get this out of the way. Congratulations.
All right, guys, I can't help but imagine this right here. Can you imagine Brock Vandagriff, Micah Morris, and Jared Wilson in the same huddle, 3rd and 6 in Tuscaloosa, 4th and 1 in Baton Rouge, or 1st and goal in Palo Alto again at the Rose Bowl for a big semifinal game? You get 3 young men quite like that in the huddle. I got to think that there are good things ahead for the University of Georgia. Just really, really cool to see these guys continue to grow and who they are and what they're going to be as Bulldogs. Hey, it's an early signing day. Let's call up, in case you missed it, if you're one of those poor, unfortunate souls that hasn't had the chance to enjoy Merry Commitmas or early signing day extravaganza, and you're just getting off work, maybe you're doing something really, really important in our world, I want to roll through our top stories of the day. I think the first story, the biggest story of the day, especially considering the way that train that was coming down the track was about ready to get derailed with something that was happening earlier. Xavier Sorey, they call him the barber, they call him Scissors. He makes his commitment to Georgia. That's the number. He's a 5-star on 24/7 Sports, the isolated rating. He's the number 3 linebacker in the country on the composite, the number 2 linebacker in the country on the 24/7 Sports pure isolated rating. Kirby Smart spoke about Xavier Sorey today. Inside backer, outside backer. He's going to play both. Heard a good story today from Graceville High School, guys, when Kirby was visiting. This was in back last January when visits were still a thing. He was in this small, tiny gym. The assistant principal told me that Xavier in a gym, guys, that looks like something ripped straight out of Hoosiers 2 Central Casting. Xavier flies down, takes off from the free throw line and slams it home. And get this, Kirby Smart, I've got an assistant principal on record, so it must be the God's honest truth. Kirby Smart jumps up and runs down the steps and runs out the building. He's so excited by that dunk right there from Xavier Sorey Jr. That's your number one story of the day. The other big stories is number 2, Georgia gets Brock Vandagriff in the class for real, as a 5-star signee, not just a 5-star commitment. The other things that caught our attention was Jimmy Horn Jr. choosing South Florida and not Georgia or Oklahoma. You saw Dejan Nugget Warren choosing to sign with Jackson State and Deion Sanders. I know people are kind of trying to look through the fine print on that decision and to find something negative about that young man. We're going to go above board and keep the high road on this show and everything else like that. You also saw, for me, I had a thank goodness I'm in Florida moment, even though it was about 49 degrees here down in North Florida. Donovan Edwards, the nation's number 4 running back, chose to commit to Michigan in basically just normal average Michigan weather. He came to the ceremony in a really nice souped up ride. He had on a big thick white coat. I think he had pink Vans on. And then with snow on the caps, he picks Michigan, the nation's number 4 running back. He picks Michigan. That's a huge story. Later on in the day, Mason Smith, he chooses LSU. Really no surprise to anybody else out there. Those, my friends, are your headlines for early signing day in 2020. I'm going to take a few more minutes. Again, enjoyed having everybody on, enjoy hanging out. See what we did. We learned. We got coached up from our first time. We had 8 guys on our last live before the Hedges feed. I dropped it down into a smaller, more manageable, good conversation party of 3. Wasn't so busy, wasn't so much waiting to talk. We played some trivia with the guys. I love doing that with a bunch of guys on, making it more like a game show. And then we got straight into some interview action. We got straight into some B-roll with Brock Vandagriff. We got some top stories of the day. And next week, guys, well, not next week because we're all going to be celebrating the birth of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ next week. But next time we have a Before the Hedges, we're going to have the debut of the top targets list for 2022. This train just keeps on rolling. Recruiting never stops. Speaking of never stops, I'm going to take a couple of minutes to check out YouTube. What's everybody got going on in YouTube? You guys got a question? You want to know anything? I'm going to share something. Little bitty teaser here for the 2022 class. It's been on the forum.dognation.com already, but I wanted you guys to know about this too. Everybody's like, Jeff, come on. We're just signing our way these 2021 guys. What do we got to look forward to in 2022? First of all, you got Terrion Arnold to look forward to in 2021. That's the biggest remaining target for Georgia. I think really his importance is heightened now because Dejan Nugget Warren is no longer in the class. He's no longer enrolling early. That's why they need a defensive back with that elite skill set, can play some corner, can play some safety. That's why Terrion Arnold's name will be written all over Dog Nation. But I digress. For 2022, let me come at you really hard and fast. There's a young man at Jefferson High School named Malachi Starks, and there's another young man who plays linebacker. I think Malachi would be a safety at Georgia, but there's another young man named Jalen Walker who plays linebacker out of North Carolina. Folks, I've been doing this stuff for more than a minute here for Dog Nation. I have never, ever, point blank period, ever been impressed with a pair of prospects in one single class like I'm impressed by Malachi Starks and Jalen Walker. That's how straight up, legitimately impressive each of those young men are. Let me see. YouTube. Let's see. You guys got any more questions? Anything you want to know? Idiom Usian. I hope I got that sort of right. I think Georgia has about 1 or 2 spots left in the class. I think they're going to try to save 1 or 2 spots for transfer portal action. remember, Kirby Smart said today in his post signing day press briefing that now he's got to figure out, he's got to wait and see how many guys leave, portal out, how many guys go pro, how many guys transfer, and then he's going to figure out what his needs are after January the 10th. And then he's going to use maybe a little bit of wiggle room he has in this class to maybe spackle in and fill up some of those needs. Looking through a lot of things. Somebody on the chat on some brings up, there's also Elijah Judy. I don't know if Georgia's going to wind up with Elijah Judy. I think he's going to end up with Texas A&M. But for each and everybody here at Dog Nation, we've tried to kind of bring it to you guys with both barrels today. Lots of recruiting, lots of coverage. Thanks to everybody that's stopped by on our shows today, our mini live shows today. Thanks to everybody who stopped by on our page, that looked at that busy signing day central, that read our breaking news stories, that got in the Dog Nation app. Thanks to everybody that was a part of our big coverage today on Dog Nation. We're certainly thankful, and we're certainly grateful, because you guys could have went anywhere across the World Wide Web to get your Georgia news, get your Georgia content, and get your breaking news. And we're so thankful and so very humbled that you guys chose to do that on dognation.com today. One last good word from Kroger. I want you guys to know this is the holiday season. Kroger has everything you need, from food to platters. You can go to your local Kroger store and go online. Just go get it. Deck the halls. Holiday seatings this year at Kroger. Kroger has everything you need, from platters, prime rib, bone-in ham, deli and bakery party trays, shrimp platters. See a Kroger deli associate or go to your order online to place your order today. Guys, 2021 early signing day. That's a wrap. Let's sign off on that one like it's early signing day. I've been your conductor. I've been your tour guide so far today, all across all things 2021 recruiting. Give yourself a hand, Dog Nation, hanging out. We've made it through another one. Can't wait to see you guys again on the pages of dognation.com. Have a happy holiday season, a blessed week, and a blessed weekend, guys. And we'll see you later on dognation.com.